So when I was 2 years old, my father, he was murdered in a fight, and for a 2-year-old to have that happen to you, that's pretty hard out. And when I was 4, my mum, she was in a pretty bad car accident, and she wasn't actually meant to survive. The wreckage was just catastrophic. That mixed with a life of like drugs, alcohol, abuse in the family, and like bad relationships for my mum. I guess she obviously wanted something better for her 2 sons than a life like that. And so she started finding churches. We went to a lot of different churches, and eventually we ended up here at Grace Vineyard. I kind of started to question a few things already at that time when I was like 12 years old. Mum introduced me to this guy called Ronnie, who she met at Alpha Course, and he was pretty cool. He played the drums in the worship band, and I thought, yeah, he's the man. And so they told me that Ronnie was actually the first guy on the scene when my mum had when she had this car accident, and he was the one who grabbed me out and held me in his arms while while they were rescuing my mum. And so that kind of was like, yeah, that must be God. And I thought about this because like I didn't have a father, and so I knew that if my father wasn't going to be protecting me here, I knew that I had a heavenly Father who was protecting me. The Christian life, the Christian walk wasn't easy, and I don't think it's meant to be easy. In 2008, I dropped out of high school and started working in hospitality. I started drinking a lot every weekend. I started drinking and smoking, hooking up girls and stuff. Just all the things that I knew were bad in my life, but I just didn't care. And I started getting real guilty. I started, the guilt in my heart just took over, and I just thought, well, there's no hope for me, so I'll go to church, but I'm just going to continue living this life. And late 2009, I had enough. I knew there was more for me. And so driving home after church one day, I shouted to God and I screamed to Him. I was just in so much anger and just in so much pain. I was like, God, I want something greater in my life. And He showed up to me. I didn't think He was going to, but He spoke to me, and He said, Kalim, I do have something greater for you. I want you to do youth ministry. God, come on, you know the ins and outs of my life. You know the secret things. Like, I am not equipped for youth ministry. And He reassured me, and He said, Kalim, no, I want you to do youth ministry. Pack up your stuff and follow me. And I was like, well, okay, I'm going to be obedient. And that was the night that I started to have a personal relationship with Jesus. And that was the night that I was no longer strengthening myself. I was actually in God's strength. Jesus was holding me and protecting me. Like the temptations were still there around the drinking and the girls and stuff, but with God's grace and stuff, I knew that I didn't have to feel guilty anymore. I didn't have to feel condemned, I guess is the word. I knew that there was grace and hope, and there was salvation in the cross. And that was the night that I first felt it. It was great. My name's Kalim Renwick, and in 2009 God showed up radically in my life. Has He showed up in yours?